I heard the Adam Sandler skit far before I ever saw Carrie.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure of what that was about or that was referencing anything.
It's still funny, though.
It
was weird. Like, what is this? Right.
It still made me laugh.
All right, Mom, we're going to go get ice cream. No! They're all going to laugh at you.
And then, like, years and years and years and years and years later, whenever I actually saw Carrie, and I was like, oh, that's that Adam Sandler thing.
It's like you with a lot of Weird Al songs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I heard the parody first. Much later heard the actual thing. Welcome, listeners, to this week's installment of Dead and Lovely, the greatest podcast in all the known multiverse, here with the hosts, with the most Why, it's me, Uncle Ben.
And it's me, Steven Spratling, the snake person.
Ooh, you have people with S's have snake names.
That's true. Me, Hollywood Steve, straight out of the Hollywood Hills.
How you been doing this week, Steve?
Well, I've been living that Hollywood life.
Oh man, you've been doing brunch?
Yeah, I've been brunching. I've been
talking to your agent,
driving down Cahuenga.
Cahuenga.
Yeah, taking a ride on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
You know how they do. Going to Los Feliz?
I think there's they do stuff like, is that where they have the cronuts?
They did.
I thought so.
That was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Cronuts.
You've been doing those. Maybe a poke bowl.
Everybody's snorting cronuts and having a poke bowl. And a acai bowl.
How you been enjoying all that wonderful rain we've been having for like 10 years
Christ.
now?
Yeah.
I
started to build an ark and I realized, boy, this is a stupid thing. Anybody who believes this really happened is a moron.
Yeah, it absolutely could not happen.
Because once I got my dog on, I was like, I'm not bringing an animal that might mess with my dog on here.
Yeah, so, you're not bringing two of nothing on there.
So either Noah was just like a pure psychopath who was like, I don't give a shit. Gazelles next to the lions.
Yeah.
Or it didn't happen.
Oh, it might be that.
Yeah, it probably
might be that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about sick and tired of this rain. I think it's like finally getting to me.
It's ridiculous.
You know, usually I get the real bad like seasonal affective thing.
You get that sad.
I get that sad.
Mm-hmm.
And I've held it off decently this year, but I think like over the past day or two, it's finally gotten to me where I'm just like, I just feel like I need to have like a coffee IV, you know, like on like a pole that I just walk around with all day.
I have felt
no energy,
very low energy the past few days. Too.
Yeah. It's been kind of
I don't
rough.
know, man. It's just been gray and gloomy, and but it was like 60 degrees for a couple of days.
Yeah, had some
and
warm
it was like,
rain.
oh, this is gonna be nice.
Yeah,
but it wasn't.
No, it wasn't because it rained the whole time.
It rained the whole time, and there was severe flooding and all that wonderfulness.
Oh man, I know, dude. So many of the roads and stuff around here are straight up underwater. Yeah.
Oh my god. And like, there's so many potholes now.
Yeah, the interstate looks like a damn minefield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking local with Stephen Big. Hey, now let's talk about this blackface scandal at University of Tennessee.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Not good.
No.
I graduated from there, guys. I don't like being associated with that bullshit. So
wait,
please stop.
That's actually a thing?
Yeah.
What happened? I didn't hear about this.
Some kids, being stupid kids, putting on blackface thinking that they're somehow edgy and funny.
Jesus Christ.
Who has ever laughed at blackface?
Right.
Who?
Yeah.
Like, when is it
terrible,
ever
horrible
been
people,
funny?
probably, I guess.
And when now, like now, at this point, when everybody gets in shit for blackface, and then you put it on and you get in shit and you're like, oh, it was a joke.
Dude.
Right.
You damn well know better.
You know what's supposed to happen now, right?
God,
we're all
man.
supposed to be like, hey, you're a piece of shit. Stop being a piece of shit. And you're supposed to stop being a piece of shit, but probably won't.
Man, I think that this day will forever go down in history as the day the 90s died. Woke up this morning to the news that fucking Keith Flint of The Prodigy apparently killed himself. Yeah, and then Luke Perry, dude.
Yeah.
That thing about Keith Flint, that really, really sucks, man. The Prodigy, as I mentioned before, The Prodigy and like the Chemical Brothers are what got me into electronic music, man.
Yeah.
You know, probably, now that I think about it, namely driving around with... Did you ever play Wipeout or Wipeout XL for PlayStation?
Yes.
Do you remember how back in the day you could put the game in your CD player and listen to the soundtrack?
Yes.
So the soundtrack of both of those games was all like awesome electronic stuff that I had never heard before. including The Prodigy and Chemical Brothers and a bunch of other bands. Yeah, dude.
Come play my game, I'll test ya.
And then, of course, I saw the music videos and stuff, and I was like, this is the craziest shit ever.
Those videos were weird.
Super weird. I mean, they just said that it's a suicide. I don't know anything about why or anything like that, but he was only like 49, I guess.
Yeah. Luke Perry was only 52.
He had apparently
a stroke
or something.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That is way too young to be having a stroke, dude.
Yeah, you think that. But people have strokes, man.
I be stroking.
Yeah, people be stroking.
People be stroking, man.
Yeah.
Clarence Carter, oh shit.
Yeah. It happens to young folks. It can happen. It's crazy. I can't imagine at 52.
Yeah.
Because he still looked young.
Yeah.
You know? Can't imagine that happening. I'm sure his family's devastated. That sucks.
Yeah. Too bad, man. A rough day for the 90s, I would say. Definitely so. You been watching anything good this week, Steve?
Well, on the... you sent me a text.
Yeah.
Talking about a movie that I had already watched the trailer for because I was like, wait, what is this? Because I saw Jackie from... What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, dude.
And it's a little movie called The Break-Upperers. You watched it. You said it was great. So I turned it on. And it is. It's hilarious. Nice Kiwi comedy. It's weird. It's fun.
I think it was produced by Taika Waititi.
Yeah, produced by Taika Waititi. Jermaine Clement's in it.
Oh, yeah. Like for just a second.
Yeah. Like
that was him, though.
Yeah.
I wondered. I meant to go back and check because he's just there for a second. And the part is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's basically just like a movie. What is it? It's on Netflix or Hulu? Netflix. It's a New Zealand kind of comedy about these chicks that have this service where they help people break up. You know, from relationships they can't get out of or whatever. And
hilarity ensues, obviously.
I would kind of say that it's somewhere in between like a Christopher Guest meets any New Zealand comedy meets like some Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
A little bit of Napoleon Dynamite in there.
It's like some sort of rom-com where the people who like break up and get back together are just friends.
Yeah.
It's like a friend com.
Yeah. Dude, the teenage guy that falls in love with the one chick.
Oh, man.
Who's just such an idiot.
He's a
killed me.
Absolute idiot. He's so funny.
The fact that he calls, like, I guess, bottled beverages RTDs. Ready to drinks.
Ready to drink.
That has now permanently entered my vocabulary. He goes, oh, shit, I've spilled my RTD. He's in that car with his girlfriend and his mom, and he's like, oh, I just realized I've been inside both vaginas in this car. Cool. God. Like I think the first like 30 minutes of that movie, it's like I couldn't even eat hilarious. My dinner. I was laughing so much.
Just so funny, yeah.
And it gets like kind of real towards the middle, a little
it's got a heart to it.
But it just makes it all the funnier when at the end of the movie it gets really funny again.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, I recommend it. The Break-Upperers.
Yeah. Definitely watch that on the Netflix. I'd like to pour ourselves an RTD out here.
All right,
now
man.
that we mentioned that,
we got it ready to drink.
We got an RTD right here from the Atwater Brewing Company. This is their vanilla Java Porter. This was sent to us by our main man,
Tim. Right?
Tim.
Yeah.
It has been a very fan beer rich couple of months.
Yeah, it's great
on the show. Thank you guys so much who have sent us beers to try. You guys know we enjoy ourselves a good quality RTD, especially something that we can't get here in Tennessee.
Yeah, it's a real shame that we can't get most of these beers around here because we've had some real good stuff.
Had some great stuff. I think I've actually had this one before while like on tour in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, vanilla.
Ooh, smells great.
Java Porter. I've been kind of craving some darker beers and stuff lately.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we've had a number of really good ones in the past few weeks, and it's got me thinking about them a lot. They're great.
I'm kind of wondering if I'm like at that point, kind of like I got with, ales and lagers and stuff, where I'm just kind of like, I kind of want to try something other than IPAs. I wonder if I'm getting there. Is that awesome?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's got exactly what you want. Vanilla and coffee.
It looks like root beer in the glass.
It does. It looks like root beer.
It's bubbly. It's got a little bit of
a light head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It looks exactly like root beer in the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. It smells fantastic. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the cold weather and stuff like that. I'm
Maybe
craving
you want
myself
a thicker beer.
Something thick and dark. Let's find out about that. Oh, yeah,
I'll
dude.
do it for you.
That is fantastic. Oh, it's got some creaminess to it, too. Wow. Wow. That's up there with Gotta Get Up to Get Down.
Yeah.
You know?
And I had a couple of those the other night.
So good.
Those are great.
So
yeah, this is
good.
really good.
Wow. Excellent stuff.
I also watched Ant-Man and the Wasp again. My wife hadn't seen it, and it's streaming on Netflix. That's a good movie. So it's a fun movie.
I still need to see it. I haven't watched it. We were actually going to watch it the other night, and that's when we watched The Break-Uppers.
Okay.
Just kind of on a whim. Kate was like, well, we could watch that, or I've been wanting to watch this.
Yeah.
And she put it on, and I watched like 30 seconds, and I was like, sold, put it on. Yeah. You know? But I still need to watch Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah, you do. You especially do before you watch the Avengers Endgame.
Right.
It's a necessary watch. But man, it's fun. Emily had a good time in watching it. Yeah. It's a great movie. Like, it just like the first one. It doesn't have the same heist feel to it, but it has a lot of the same sort of humor and everything. You still have his buddies that now have a security agency.
Awesome, cool,
and they're funny.
That was part of the best part of the first one, is the friend cast and stuff.
And you get Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, really? She's in there.
She is in there. She plays Janet Van Dyne.
Awesome.
The original Wasp, who in the comic books is absolutely amazing. One of my favorite characters. And like, I get why they skipped Hank Pym and Janet, because there's some issues there with spousal abuse and stuff. And
all right.
You want people to have fun at these movies.
Yeah, typically.
So you don't want anybody thinking about spousal abuse. But yeah, she shows up as Janet Van Dyne, and she's awesome. So
killer.
Yeah, check it out.
We watched Thor Ragnarok the other day.
Oh yeah.
So I guess apparently you and I have just been on the same wavelength as far as watching this Kiwi stuff and Marvel movies. Yeah, we were in the kitchen all day on Sunday making a meatball and a marinara. Yeah, it was Kate's dad's birthday, and
I made ossobuco the other day for the first time.
I've never even had ossobuco.
It's great. I'll talk about it a little bit.
I think I have had ossobuco. It's like a pork shank or something, right?
Yeah, well, I made it with beef, but yeah, it's a shank with the bone in. Yeah,
dang,
it's good stuff.
I had it one time at a fancy restaurant. It was good.
Yeah.
So we always do like a big like spaghetti dinner for him. So we were in the kitchen just making these meatballs and stuff all morning, which I really enjoy making the meatball.
Yeah, me too. It's a relaxing thing, and for some reason, like, how do you figure out like? You do it, and you just get to this point where you know exactly how much to pinch off. Like, the more you do it, you're just making them like almost like mindless, and then you look at them, they all look the same.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
You know, I actually go one step towards cheating and use like a melon baller kind of thing. Yeah,
that's the best way to do it. You want them to be the same size.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing that I like so much about doing a big old batch of meatballs too is you make them, and then you can just put them in a Ziploc and freeze them.
Yeah,
and then anytime you want meatballs. I
wanted a meatball.
All you do is you just put them in your, spaghetti sauce or whatever while it's heating up. Yeah, and you just thaw it out right there, ready to go. That's a ready to eat meatball, an RTE. So as we were doing that, we just wanted to have something on that we'd seen before. It had been a while since I watched the Ragnarok. It's still a fucking blast.
Yeah, it's so fun.
The completely obvious auto tune on Hulk's voice still drives me absolutely insane. I think it was actually like worse than I remembered because I forgot that it was there. I made a post about this on Facebook the other day. I was like, I can't be the only one that this bothers, right? Apparently it bugs a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I can't hear it.
Dude, I don't know what the fucking deal with it is. I wish that I couldn't hear it. It sounds like T-Pain did Hulk's voice. It's got this stepped auto-tune thing to it. It drives me crazy.
You know T-Pain can sing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. T-Pain is actually... Have you heard him play piano?
Yeah.
He's a badass. A
Not
buddy of mine.
only is he a good musician, he also seems to be a really cool dude. But like,
oh yeah.
So he was doing auto-tune, like he was playing the auto-tune like an instrument.
Well, more like
with his voice.
Like a vocoder. Like Imogen Heap. Stuff like that. Yeah.
It's really cool.
He actually is apparently cool as shit. My buddy Landon is his like touring guitar player and says it's just the most fun and he has a great time, and T-Pain's actually very talented.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. Cool.
So yeah, Thor was definitely good. Watched Wayne's World the other night.
Awesome.
It's still the fucking best.
It's a movie I saw in the theater as a kid.
No shit.
Yeah, as a real little kid. My mom used to just take us on Saturdays and let us go watch whatever. And that was before they ever ID'd you for anything.
Right, yeah.
Just two little kids. I'll see Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. I don't give a shit.
It's still
you want a pack of cigarettes?
Fucking good. Yeah, get you a smoke in there, kid. It's still so good, man.
Yeah, it's great.
That is just a great put it on anytime, watch it or don't watch it. You know, just have it on or stay focused and watch the whole thing intently. You'll have yourself a great time either way.
Yeah. The sequel's also great.
It's good. Yeah, it is. It's still really good, man. I think they're both on Prime right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Cool.
Which I'm just going to use this as an opportunity to say, Prime destroys Netflix in terms of movies.
They got so much great shit. And they got new stuff. They got old stuff. Their horror movie selection is amazing.
It's vast.
I think it rivals Shudder. For like, you could go on Amazon Prime and find something you have never even heard of.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of great 80s stuff. It's the kind of thing where I know a lot of people that have a Prime account and don't even use Prime Video.
Yeah,
you know,
that's weird.
Or like Prime Music. Prime Music kind of sucks, but like you should be using Prime Video if you have it. There's tons of stuff on there that's free.
Check out The Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Oh, Kate just watched that. She said it was really good.
Made by gosh, I can't remember her name. Gilmore Girls. The creator of Gilmore Girls created it, and it's great.
Yeah, so Prime kind of crushes it. If you got that membership, definitely go in there and browse them horror movies. And also, too, you know, on like the devices and stuff, you can never, of course, just look at a whole list of all the horror movies. Yeah, which annoys the fuck out of me about
too.
Every streaming platform.
Ridiculous.
Just show me the A to Z list.
Yeah,
I just want to know what you have. You know. So a lot of times, whenever I'm on there, I'll find a movie, and then there's also like customers also watched.
Right.
And that'll lead you onto a whole nother thread of like stuff that you haven't seen pop up and stuff. So yeah, definitely worth checking out on there. Man,
I really wish there was, because if you have a Roku, you can search just on the Roku and it'll search all the apps. But it does, like some of the apps aren't indexed, etc. Like, I really wish there was just one service you could go to.
Yep.
Like, I want to watch this movie. How can I do it? I'll pay you to do it.
Yeah.
It's like when we did Candyman. Just last month.
Colossal pain in the
There's
ass.
nowhere to find it. You can't find it. You just have to get it on physical copy.
That's what I did.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it really, really is, man. It's crazy. Well, you know, Steve, the subject of our show today is gonna be one curry.
Yeah.
We're talking about curry.
Curry. I love curry.
And you know what? It's one of my most beloved high school movies of all time.
I thought we were talking about the dish.
Curry.
Yeah.
Spicy curry.
A spicy curry.
She's a flaming hot curry. So,
oh man, there's got to be a hipster place out there that serves curry that could call it Carrie Curry.
Or maybe like a pig's blood curry.
Oh God.
So I say before we start getting into our review ski of this move ski, I just want to slide ever so gently and carefully on into the preview palace.
Welcome to the preview palace.
And I want to sit here and dish with you about my top 3 shower scenes that have ever been in movies. Okay, number 1 is going to be Starship Troopers.
Right.
Great shower scene in that. Lots of boobs and butts.
Boobs and butts.
Men and women.
Love that.
Number 2 on there, I'm going to have a Slumber Party Massacre.
Oh, that one was good.
Highly unrealistic. Just
like, here's some boobs.
Soaping them up.
Yep.
Just lots of soap in that. And my all-time on my list is going to be American History X.
Ooh.
Okay, actually, instead of that, because that went by a little faster than I thought that it would. Let's give these bustas
our top 8
high school movies. We selected.
Now you know
4
a lot
each.
about high school.
I know so much about high school because I didn't go.
Yeah. So, like when you watch these movies, you're like, that reminds me of old times.
Yeah, exactly.
Hanging
I remember
out
those
with
days in my homeroom.
Stu and the guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and the boys.
You and the boys, you'd hang out in the halls with the lockers.
Back behind the bleachers.
Oh, man, that's where you'd go and drink a beer.
I got my first smooch.
Yeah, you got smooched by a girl who was like, see you in homeroom.
Under the field goal.
Call me on my pager.
Yeah, page my call.
Page my calls.
Yeah. You know, I've had so many people try to explain to me what homeroom is, and I still don't understand.
I'll tell you what it is a useless waste of time.
But do you learn things?
Nope. You go sit in the homeroom, they take attendance, and then a bell rings, and you go to class.
It's So why go to homeroom?
They didn't have it in my high school. We did have it in middle school.
Makes no sense.
In high school, homeroom was just second period. That's when they would take attendance.
Meaning the second class of the day.
No, the second time you bled from your genitals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So they'd beat you about the genitals until you bled one time.
Again.
And then the second time it happened, they'd be like, all right, homeroom time. Who's here? Steven's rattling. Here.
They sound nefarious at your school.
They were. It was a weird school.
Must have been one of them Catholic schools.
It was. Yeah, it was a Catholic school. Just nuns hitting me in my genitals.
When are people gonna quit being Catholics? I've got to know.
Listen, what is the difference? When are people just gonna quit being Christian? It's real weird.
And that's for all these fucking Catholic priests that just can't get enough diddling kids.
Yeah,
one thing
they love that kid diddling.
One thing I just can't fucking figure out is like, the Catholic Church has been flexible about certain things. They were fine. Yeah. They were fine. Like, you know what? Make mass not in Latin.
Sure.
And people bucked it.
Yeah.
And then, well, I mean, they even.
One of their first degenerate moves was unchaining the Bible from the pulpit and letting people just read it.
Yeah. How dare they? Wild. But it's like then they even changed stuff like you can take the Eucharist in your own hand and put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
They're willing to change stuff. Just let these fucking priests take a wife.
Yeah, by the way.
Or a husband. Whatever.
That is not a foundational tenet of Catholicism because a number of the early popes were married and had kids.
Yeah.
It's not like you could just give up on that. But of course, the thing is that they're not having sex with boys because they can't have sex. They're having sex with boys because they're child molesters.
Because they're child molesters.
Yeah. So it's not going to fix it. It's just going to change the fact that now they can have sex with a woman and then lie to her face and then also go and molest boys.
Well, you might have me there.
Yeah.
You might have me there. Yeah, because most people, when they can't get laid, don't usually resort to pedophilia.
Yeah.
So, all right, you got me.
Yeah.
So as we slide on into the preview palace.
Welcome back to the preview palace.
We're going to give you Bustas, our top 4 individual, top 8 total high school movies. And, I think you'll get the idea here that my concept of high school is a very idealized, fun environment where everybody's pretty and funny and so on.
Yep, that's how you see it.
And I'm just going to kick my list off here with probably the shiniest, happiest of the bunch. I'm talking about a Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, he spends a lot of time in school in that one.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
Like he drives by the outside of it and picks up his girlfriend.
Yeah.
While in the back of a car. Yeah.
School.
That's
I love
what
it.
School was like.
It is just such a perfectly fun. Well, kind of like what I was saying about Wayne's World. Just put it on anytime and
Ferris
watch
Bueller.
It.
I've had Ferris Bueller on in the background a million times.
Dude.
It's one you can easily just pop into, pop out of, come back to. But yeah, if you sit down and watch it, great movie.
And really, we could have put just really a whole list of John Hughes movies on here.
True, yeah. It could have been Breakfast Club or 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink. Any number of movies, yeah.
So many of them. But Ferris Bueller, whenever we talked about high school movies, that's the first one that came to mind for me. What's the first one you thought of for your list?
Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
It has been so long since I watched that.
They also don't spend a lot of time in school on that one.
Right, yeah.
But Dazed and Confused,
a lot of people in that movie.
A lot of people in it. It's a genuinely great movie, but it also has not as many kids were involved, but that is sort of my high school experience.
Okay, yeah.
Being a part of the partying crowd, finding people to buy beer for you and going out in the middle of a field and all of you getting drunk and stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah, that stuff was fun.
As you got older, did they stay the same age?
I have noticed that high schoolers are still high school aged. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I am not interested in having sex with them.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a key difference.
So there's a difference between me and Wooderson.
Okay.
It's a minor difference. Not much, though. I mean, we're both charming Southern men.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if you took Matthew McConaughey out of a role and put me in, nobody noticed it.
No change, really. No change at all. I think you also drive a Chrysler.
All right, okay, oh, sure, I'd say.
Yeah, that's... Wow, that's eerie. It's so similar. That's a good choice. I need to go back and watch that again. It's
a good one. Yeah.
Who directed that?
Richard Linklater.
Richard Linklater. That's right, man. That's right.
Director of Boyhood.
Boyhood. All right, next on my list is Easy A.
Yeah?
Which is so fucking good, dude. That's one of those movies that, you know, we did a list of movies, I think it was last week, about like movies that were way better than you thought they would be. Easy A, also on that list for me. I kind of went in with...
based on The Scarlet Letter.
Yes, exactly. Oh, which I guess we're seeing another theme throughout my choices here too. Things loosely based on other things. And yeah, Emma Stone is just the fucking best in that movie. It's so funny.
It's a funny movie.
I got a pocket full of sunshine.
When I was taking an early American lit class.
Yeah.
And this was in grad school.
It was early, so it was at like 5:30 in the morning.
God damn! For me, early in school was 10.
If I
had a 10 o'clock class, it was a 50-50 chance I'd hit it.
Did you ever consider taking midday American literature instead?
I did. All of my classes were midday except for this obvious early American literature.
Fuck waking up early.
It's the worst.
Fuck waking up early. I hate it.
Okay, so there are the people out there that do it automatically, that wake up early and think, why can't everyone do the thing I do automatically?
Yeah, this is how it should be.
People are just lazy or whatever. No. I can automatically get up at noon.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
Automatically.
Yeah.
I can around 4 or 5 in the morning, I feel tired. I go to sleep and I can automatically wake up at noon.
I just use it more than nighttime.
You can't do that.
These motherfuckers.
6 in the morning, asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
What fun are you having?
What are you doing? Sleeping in the PM hours? Like an
idiot?
It's
like an idiot?
Oh,
those are the best hours.
Yeah, exactly.
No sun. Who needs it?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to question if you're drinking.
That's true. Yeah.
Nobody's like, hey, it's only 9.
I get to hang out with all my vampire friends. My werewolf friends also come out.
Anyway, what I was saying was, I had a girl who did a project in one of my early American lit classes where she interviewed the screenwriter of Easy A.
Oh, really?
And talked to him about like how he adapted, like what he was doing specifically from Scarlet Letter. It was a cool project. I can't remember anything from it. Just thought I'd mention it.
Emma Stone seems like a cool hang. She's one of those people kind of like J Law, where I'm like, you just seem like somebody I want to hang out with.
Jennifer Lawrence.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm a fan. You a fan of that flick? You like Easy A?
Easy A? Yeah, it's a good one.
Awesome. Next.
Well, speaking of things based on things, Clueless.
Clueless. Yes. That's one I wanted to put on my list too. Clueless is so fucking good.
Yeah. Amy Heckerling, she of course did Fast Times, which you could also name on this list, but we're not. Clueless is just amazing. It came out before I was in high school.
Right.
And I remember watching it and thinking like, man, high school looks fun. And surprisingly, high school in Southern California might be more like that, but high school in East Tennessee is less.
Is it?
Yeah, it's less about fashion and hanging out with your friends and having a good time and more about, like, you know, hoping you don't get in a fight.
Yeah. Scoring pills,
yeah. All that fun stuff.
Dude, I still really do wonder what my life would have been like if I wouldn't have been homeschooled and if I would have gone to like regular ass school. I really
if you were in the position of a lot of people I went to high school with, it would be worse.
I might be dead.
Yeah, your life would not be better probably if you went to high school.
God, I just can't help but wonder. I enjoyed my days as a high school drop-in of sneaking into high school.
I liked high school a lot too, and like for me, school was always fun.
Yeah.
But like I also could stand up for myself and not like, you know, I didn't fall to peer pressure.
Yeah.
Well, I never took up smoking or anything.
A straight white dude, so
not a lot of natural predators. For a straight white dude, that is true.
Not a lot of natural predators
like,
in the Southern high school.
As a straight white dude, the worst thing that people would call you in high school is gay. Like, that's the worst you had to deal with. And I felt like by sophomore year, I figured out like, well, I'm not. So like, what does it matter? Like, you know, when you're in middle school, you're like, no, I'm not. But like,
but what if I am?
After a while, you're like, I'm not. Like, I'm clearly not. Like, why? How? It's not even an insult because I don't think there's anything wrong with being gay. So Okay.
I think if I would have been trying to get at you in high school, I'd been like, "What's up? 4 eyes? You trying to read a book?"
Oh, damn.
4 eyes.
See, nobody ever did that.
Square.
But now that I think about it, that could have got to me.
What would have been your...
Like, they would have been like, hey, look at that over there. I can see that without glasses.
What about you, huh?
Well,
squint.
If I squint.
Look at you, squinty.
Oh my God. Before I got glasses, because my mom thought that I wanted glasses because I thought they looked cool.
You wanted to be like Elvis Costello.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a big goal of mine back in 3rd grade, was being like Elvis Costello.
You just wanted a little peace, love, and understanding. Why does he talk that way, man? You don't have to sing that way. Elvis.
He doesn't, but he sure does do it.
He sure as hell does.
I remember just the squinting in classrooms.
Yeah.
Just like, I got used to sitting in the front of class, like every single class. And so like, it was just a habit that continued even after I got glasses. But like, it would just be me doing this the whole time, just squinting at shit, trying to figure out what's on the board and then barely hearing what's being said. Of course, not a lot of notes to be taken in 3rd grade, so... What is that, an A or an E? How do you spell cat? Fuck.
What would have been like your deadly insult you'd plow on me in high school? Probably something about a old bowl cut. Or what's up, jorts?
I don't know. Like I never made like, there was this guy Mike that we called Scarhead, but it was like, to us it wasn't like we were making fun of him.
Kind of a metal name.
Yeah, like we thought it was cool. He had this scar on his head, so we'd be like, Scarhead. And then like he got a girlfriend, and like we'd see him and be like, Scarhead, you got a girlfriend? Cool. Then we found out later that he didn't think it was as cool that we're always calling him Scarhead. This
is somehow like a way like less charming, like early rewrite of the Harry Potter series, I think.
Yeah. Like, exactly.
Scarhead.
But that's the thing. I think at one point Malfoy does call him Scarhead.
I think he does, actually.
That was kind of when it hit me, like, oh, he probably didn't think it was as cool as we did. And he was probably felt a little self-conscious about it. And every time we saw him, we were like, fucking scar on your head,
it's the chosen one, huh?
Yeah.
Well, how did your friend do it in Defense Against the Dark Arts? Good marks?
He was doing pretty good, so he wasn't very Harry Potter like, because in Defense Against the Dark Arts, he just learned the Patronus basically. And
not very good at it.
Ended up somehow being a part of the police force because he could,
I don't know,
cast a Patronus.
Because reasons?
Yeah.
Scarhead.
Hey, Scarhead.
I think that's going to be like a thrash metal band of mine. You know? Sounds like a good thrash band.
It does.
I think so. Okay, some good choices here. Now, my next one on my list is, again, all these choices that we made so far, I think that if this is somebody's first time listening to the show, if they weren't sure of when we were born, they'd probably be able to guess
a little more obvious
when we were born by these choices. Yeah. Superbad is the next one on my list. Dude, it's one of those movies that I remember whenever it came out, that was around like college age, I guess, or just out of college.
Yeah, it was like 2003 or so, yeah.
And it was one of those deals where when it came out, it was so over the top and like raunchy and like, this is actually how it is when I hang out with my friends.
Right, yeah. It was more like the 1980s, like Porky's and Bad News Bears and stuff, where it's like, that's how people talk.
That's exactly how we do, yeah. And it was one of those ones where I didn't watch it for a really long time, and I thought that, surely whenever I go back, the magic will have worn off and it won't be funny or it'll be like juvenile or something. No, it's
still funny.
Still
really
I saw
it
funny.
Maybe a couple months ago. I saw it again, and I was like, oh, hey, this movie held up. I mean, some of the humor is just like, but like, a lot of like the story's still good.
But even the fact that some of the humor is kind of it's kind of like, well, it's just like hanging out with your friends.
Yeah, exactly, like hanging out with your high school friends, where it's like, we weren't that funny. We thought we were.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sometimes you say dumb or annoying things.
Yeah.
And again, Emma Stone in that one, too.
That's true.
Yeah. She's popping up all over my list. Just a fun watch, man. Still a good one to watch. Getting a little dated, but still good.
This next one doesn't have Emma Stone, but it's got the Emma Stone precursor.
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan. Mean Girls.
Do you think that one day she'll ever be... Do you think one day she'll ever be in a hardcore Lord of the Rings themed porn, and it'll be called The Riders of Lohan?
I really I kind of hope so.
I mean,
like,
it just writes itself.
Yeah, I hope that she's like heavily involved in the production, and she's like, no, I want to do this. It's not like I've hit rock bottom. It's like, I think this is a great idea.
She has to be the one that has the idea. She can't have gotten the idea from me or anybody else.
No.
She needs to come up with it on her own. The writers of Lohan.
She's just watching Two Towers, and she's like, Writers of Rowan. Wait a second.
It's pretty close to my name.
It's pretty close to my name.
And she's like, and all these guys are fucking hot.
Yeah.
Because the Writers of Rohan are a bunch of hunks.
That's true. Carl Urban's in there. Being cute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Mean Girls.
Oh, Mean Girls, right.
It's got Lindsay Lohan, written by Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Got that Lizzie Kaplan in it. She's a super cutie.
Yeah.
Who else is in there? Rachel McAdams?
Yeah, Rachel McAdams is in there.
Really
That's right.
good.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, it's it's just a funny movie. Real fun. It's got a lot of those tropes that most high school movies had missed up to that point. The cool mom,
right?
For instance, is a character that had been missed out on, but I definitely knew a few growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And they're never cool.
No.
They're always like, they think they're cool, but it's like you realize that hanging out with us is like the antithesis of cool. Because teenagers aren't cool.
No.
Teenagers are so uncool. And if you're an adult hanging out with them,
that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's even worse. Yeah. You know, there's kind of a theme with a couple of these movies, like Mean Girls and with Clueless both, where going into them, I just thought that it would just be like garbage, stupid base entertainment for like teenagers and stuff, you know? And it was even kind of marketed that way.
Yeah, they always do that. But of course, that's the thing, though. These movies did well with teenagers.
Yeah, exactly. Got asses in theaters, and they watched it and found out that they were actually like a little bit more intelligent and satirical and more kind of social commentary-ish than they were anticipating. I watched it with, again, zero expectation. And really had a good time with it. Yeah. It's a fun movie, man.
I actually did have high expectations for it because Tina Fey was associated with it, and she's hilarious.
Yeah, Tina Fey's fucking awesome.
But, it definitely exceeded expectations.
Right on. That's a good choice.
What's your next one, Ben?
Last one on my list is going to be one that is also based on some Bill Shakespeare.
Oh, Billy Shakes.
Or maybe Francis Bacon. I don't know.
What?
Who wrote it? Who's to say?
I don't know.
It's got a girl who can turn into silver goo in it. It's got
a kid from a different planet.
Yes, it does. It does. It has the Joker and Robin.
And the Rookie of the Year.
That's right. I'm talking about 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
Which is so fucking good. This is one of those ones that like came out while we were in high school, and we definitely watched it a million times when we were in high school.
I saw this one so many times.
Dude, you just put it on, you watch it, you put it on, you get to making out.
Yeah.
Just whatever.
Yeah.
It was one that we saw very, very many times. I still watch it all the time, and it's got all the 90s nostalgia.
Yeah,
for sure.
It does,
but it's also still just good.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
It's a fun watch, man.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of that one.
The worst thing is that I don't hate you, not even a little bit.
Oh man,
not even at all.
She just coming unglued. Whatever happened to her? She's
Julia Stiles.
Yeah, Julia Stiles. She's awesome.
I mean, she's done a bunch of stuff. She was in Bourne movies. She was in the Omen remake.
That's right. She was in the Bourne.
Save the Last Dance. That was her, right?
Never saw that.
I never saw it either.
She was in that Omen
taught
remake,
how to dance, though.
Yeah.
Isn't that like every dance movie? Somebody in the movie is getting taught how to dance.
Yeah.
Because if it's just people that can dance, it's like cool. So all stand around and dance, I guess. There's no story here.
I'm gonna write a movie where somebody's ability to dance does nothing but bring them hardship and misfortune.
Oh my god!
So the movie's about forgetting how to dance. It's like I just want to forget. I want to let it go.
She goes to the whitest man she knows, and he teaches her how to not dance.
Exactly.
He's like, you really got to think about the words while you're dancing.
All she listens
to is like, you're gonna
want to
bite your lower lip and clap
on 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that.
Yeah.
Maybe all she listens to is like shoegaze, or like drone music.
Stuff you just should not dance to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she just forgets how to dance, dude.
Wow.
Forget it.
Wow. I love that. That sounds great.
All right. Last one on your list.
Yeah,
here, Steve.
well, we had to name a horror movie.
Or it's a horror podcast.
Yeah.
Usually.
So I picked the horror movie that I think takes the most place in a high school, which is The Faculty.
The Faculty.
There are other horror movies based around the high school.
Obviously, like all of the Elm Street franchise.
Right, yeah.
Is very high schooly.
Yeah, but almost every single scene in The Faculty is in a high school, and it's also directed by Robert Rodriguez and is really fun.
I have never seen The Faculty.
We'll have to do it. We'll have to do it sometime in the near future.
I'll save it. I'll save that last dance for The Faculty.
It's a weird one.
Is it about maybe like teachers and stuff conspiring to kill students? Maybe.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of. I don't want to reveal too much.
Sure.
Frodo Baggins is in there.
Oh. Shire Baggins.
The sheriff guy from 30 Days of Night, Josh
Hartnett.
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett is in there.
Yeah.
Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart. Yeah. Also, Usher Raymond makes an appearance.
Ursher from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
That's him. Oh man, Selma Hayek's in there.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of people in there. A lot of people in the movie. I like it. It's enjoyable, but it's also very 90s. So like you'll recognize everybody from other teenage movies.
Yeah. Well, other than most of the Spy Kids movies and probably a few other things, it's got to be one of the only Rodriguez movies I've not seen. Which is to say,
I
a lot of them.
don't think I've seen any of the Spy Kids movies either. Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
I haven't
seen that.
No, but I like Rodriguez a lot.
Yeah, me too.
He's a cool fucking guy.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out, man. I hope that you guys enjoyed our list of high school favorites. Please feel free to contribute and list your own over on the Facebook page.
Yeah, let us know what's your. I mean, there were a ton. I had a huge list to choose from, but yeah, let us know what your favorite high school movies are.
Yeah, let us know on the Facebook group or on the Dick Sword group, Discord as it's known.
I think Dick Sword's better.
Dick Sword is definitely way fucking better. All right, Steve, before we get going on this movie review, I want to crack open another RTD over here.
Yeah, and this one comes from
our man Scott in New Mexico.
Yay.
This is the Big Door Prize Double Dry Hopped India Pale Ale. This I'm very excited about. It's from the La Cumbre Brewing Company.
Yeah, we had one from them before.
It was that Operation Dank.
Maybe.
And it was amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Holy shit.
I'm excited for this.
I'm really excited for this because it says it's the first in our single hop double IPA series, and it's a Mosaic one. And Mosaic is historically a favorite of a Dead and Lovely. I'm trying to find an ABV anywhere on this thing. I don't think it's listed, actually.
Infinite.
Yeah, it's going to be strong. Alcohol. We're going to die. Let's find out about this thing. Yeah, I do love anything Mosaic. I haven't been able to find that Sweetwater Mosaic anywhere lately. I found it
was
in like
a limited series, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, they had it at Food City, but it was a part of like a big, like 16-pack sampler with a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, not a lot of Sweetwater jams.
Like I like the Going Coastal pineapple
IPA.
one. The Mosaic is good. The regular IPA in the yellow can, not the 420.
Okay. You
the
like
yellow
that better?
One. Yeah. The 420 is good, but I think the yellow one is better.
Okay.
This smells amazing. I just poured it into the glasses here.
Ooh, yeah,
it's very, very deep.
Smells mosaic-y.
Yeah. It's kind of like a good kind of burnt orange color. Can't see through it, which is usually a good sign for this kind of thing. How's that treat you? You're an explorer on the outer realms of taste.
Oh,
it smells fantastic. It smells real pineapple-y.
Yeah, it is real pineapple-y.
Maybe even a little mango-y. Which is what I like about the Mosaic stuff. Mosaic always has that...
Just a lot of different fruits, tropical fruits.
Yeah, it's like funky tropical kind of thing. Let's get in here and get me a pull.
Man, that's good stuff.
Well...
What you think?
That is absolutely divine.
Yay.
Oh my gosh. That's kind of like the Sweetwater Mosaic, only turned up to, to 10.
Way turned up. A lot more flavor to it.
Way more flavor to it. Way more of the hops, way more of the fruit and stuff.
Ooh, that's good stuff.
Damn,
way to go, La Cumbre.
And that has a little bit of that nice, lightly soapy bitterness on the back of it too. It's not too much. Like we've had some on here that have just been like, wow, that tastes like soap. This just has
does not taste like soap.
Yeah, a hint of bitterness on the back, which is nice because sometimes this kind of thing can get too sugary.
Too sweet, yeah.
Yeah, so having that little bit of bitter at the back is actually pretty awesome. Dang it. That's so good. Thanks so much, Scott, for sending
I
that
am digging
our way.
that. Way to go, man.
Yeah, La Cumbre has not done us wrong.
No.
At all. Really, really, really good stuff. Okay, the subject of our show today is Carrie.
Carrie.
No, they're all going to laugh at you, Carrie.
Carrie don't go.
Which is
Carrie, they're going to laugh at you.
written by one Stephen King, directed by Brian
De Palma.
Brian
of Palm.
Who you guys would know from directing a lot of fucking great movies.
Yeah, he's directed a whole bunch of stuff, including Scarface.
Carlito's Way.
Carlito's Way, yeah. He had already directed a number of movies up to this point.
Had he? I was
he had a
wondering,
name to him at this point, but also, like, this is a smaller production. It was like a $1.8 million budget.
Wow. Had he done any horror up to this point?
Oh, I don't think so. But the movie he did a few years after this, I can't remember, but it was very similar to Carrie. It was also a horror movie. So he did a couple of horror movies. I think he was interested in it. He got the book, Carrie, which is Stephen King's first novel.
Right.
Or first published novel. Sure. Not the first one he wrote, but he got it from a friend of Stephen King's who happened to be a friend of his.
Okay.
And his friend recommended it. He read it, loved it, and at the time in Hollywood there were already a number of studios that were interested in it. So he just started calling around and saying, "Hey, if you get this movie, I want to direct it." So that helped.
That's cool.
About 6 months later, he gets the call. "Hey, we got the movie rights. Do you want to direct the movie?"
Yeah.
And this is really interesting. I'd never heard of this, but I'm sure it may have been more common back in the day than I know it. But he and his friend George Lucas, who was
old Georgie Porgy, huh?
Yeah, who was casting for Star Wars: A New Hope.
He's getting ready for the Star Wars.
Yeah, they had a mutual reading or what was it, casting session.
Yeah.
And so people would come in and basically they were reading for A New Hope, and he was observing from the corner looking for kids that he could use in Carrie.
Yeah.
And so Tommy was trying to get cast as Luke. And you can kind of see...
I was thinking in a different direction. I was thinking I bet Chewbacca almost got cast as Tommy.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet he did.
He's tall, he's friendly, lots of hair.
I will go to prom with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tommy was almost...
Yeah, Tommy was going out for Luke. Like,
wow.
You know, a lot of people there were going out for different parts. But, like, yeah, he basically was just picking people up that he knew George Lucas wasn't going to use. And, you know, saving some money on a casting session.
Well, he had some damn good choices here.
Yes, he did.
The movie's cast, even though it's a lot of, you know, nobodies at that time, a lot of newcomers.
Yeah.
Everybody really does a pretty damn good job in this. I can't really complain too much about any of the casting or acting. I mean, I guess some of the dialogue's not amazing, but there's some great performances in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the kids, even though some of the dialogue's not amazing, the kids obviously, like, they have a rapport. They get along, and, like, so each one of the scenes seems natural, even if the lines aren't great.
Now, before we get too deep into the cast and production and stuff like that, let me ask you: did you ever read the book?
No, I haven't read the book.
So the book is good. I read it. I read it years ago, and it's short. It's a quick read.
Right.
Apparently, the legend goes that Stephen King had, like, written it, decided he hated it, threw it away.
Yep.
And, like, his wife, like, just found it in the wastebasket. She started reading it and was like, "What is this? It's really good," and convinced him to get it published and stuff. You know, to
convince him, she told him that it would help him learn to write women. Which we know he didn't necessarily learn, but, like, she was right. Like, actually going through the process of trying to understand this character who's going through this very, like, female-centric problem.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that would help you to better understand your female characters, which he was having trouble with up to that point. So,
right, yeah.
Yeah.
And would continue to be a problem.
Yeah, he still struggles with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
oh, his wife is a badass, though.
Yeah?
Like, him and his wife both. Did you see that thing that just happened in the news, like, a week or so ago? So, some magazine or news publication, I can't remember what it was, you know, ran this article that was like, Stephen King and wife donate $1 million to whatever charity.
Right.
And she like got back at him, and it was just, and Stephen King was on him too, and he's like, she has a name.
Tabitha.
Her name is Tabitha King, and she is not just wife of me. She's not my fucking property.
Right.
And she went on this huge tear about it. Yeah, I mean, dude, she was badass.
Yeah.
Is that ever one of those things that you're weird about? Like, I hate introducing Kate and be like, this is my wife.
Don't introduce Emily well. I'm bad at it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because, like, I'm the type, I prefer to introduce myself.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of give the opening, like, this
yeah.
is my wife.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Sometimes being introduced can be kind of like...
Yeah.
A little awkward. Like, I can't speak for myself.
Right, yeah.
Everybody should just take the reins themselves.
I'm not very good at it, but I think I do most often say this is my wife instead of this is Emily.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know why. Like, I feel like I want to give her the opportunity to say, hi, I'm Emily.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because in me just saying, this is Emily, it's like, well, who the hell is this to you? You don't wear a wedding ring.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. But, yeah, it is stupid. Like,
right.
I don't know. I don't know why we, like, of course we have to introduce people by our association with them, right?
Hell, this is my brother.
Right, yeah. But then at the same time, it's like, you want to be like, but this is a person apart from me. That it has some personality that doesn't require them to be related to me in any way.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at that. But I'm glad that they made that clear. Because obviously she had something to do with them donating $1 million.
Right,
like,
It
wasn't like just... He was like, I'm going to give $1 million. You want to come along?
I'm the wife. I'm the wife. The book is good. Like, it's a short read. It's not one of those ones that, like, really draws stuff out like a lot of King stuff does.
Right.
It's pretty succinct. And, I would say that this is actually one of the better adaptations. There's definitely stuff that is changed. I think the abuse that's laid on Carrie is laid out definitely a bit more explicitly. Mm-hmm. Although this movie, I think, just does a very effective job of giving you that idea just with the oppressive atmosphere of the house rather than showing you all the corporal punishment and stuff.
I could not imagine growing up in that.
Oh my God.
That
and like, dude, so many people, and especially, dude, growing up homeschool.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm sure, yeah. You ran into a lot of these people.
Oh, dude. I mean, that's the thing is like, I've talked on the show about how conservative I grew up and how I wasn't allowed to watch anything or listen to any, metal or anything like that.
Yeah.
And we were considered like the ones that were too wild and liberal and progressive, like in our circle of friends. Like there were some people that weren't allowed to come to our house.
Jesus.
Because I had like our rooms had posters of like video games and stuff.
Wow.
And we played games.
To be fair though, that is how Satan got into your soul.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. But it's like I know people that definitely grew up in that landscape that Carrie White is in the story, which is really fucked up. Like that's way scary because that's very real. That's a very real environment that a lot of people spend their childhood in.
Strict parenting. Worst parenting or not even parenting at all. Like
most ineffective dumb thing you can do.
Yeah, being strict, just not helpful at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it not only damages your relationship with the child for when the child grows up.
Yeah, exactly.
They're never going to want to be around you because you're a controlling piece of shit asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it also doesn't train them to be an adult.
Well, you have two options. It's like you either know that your kid is going to get into the stuff that you don't want him to and try it out.
Yeah.
Or they can do that plus hate your guts about it.
Yeah.
Just choose which one you want.
I was going to say, they're either going to do it or do it. Like,
yeah.
Like
it's going to happen.
Does it taint the idea of your child if your child got drunk? Like...
Yeah, really.
Are you suddenly like, oh, you're not even a child anymore?
Now they'll never have the chances that I did.
They've grown up some. They're not a child anymore. They're in the transition stage.
Yeah.
You need to get used to it. They're just getting used to the world.
Right.
You're used to it. You need to be the one who changes your mind, not them.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway.
Bad
parenting.
So the book does a pretty good job, like I said, just kind of outlining more of the abuse and stuff like that. And there's some other changes too. There's like this weird like meteor shower, like pelts the house of rocks
they removed
and stuff.
that because they didn't have the budget.
Yeah,
they would have done it. But the 2002 Brian Fuller version has that, and it looks terrible.
It looks like 2002 CGI. I won't talk about the sequels and stuff, but I do recommend reading the book sometime.
Okay,
it's a good read, and this is, I think, one of the better adaptations. So as far as the production and stuff of this movie goes, obviously it was done on a very cheap budget with a lot of, again, newcomers to the silver screen.
Yeah, a lot of people just having a good time, which is what we've heard a lot about a lot of horror movies, is like those Friday the 13th movies,
original Halloween.
Original Halloween. They're all just having a good time. Speaking of original Halloween, PJ Souls is in this.
PJ Souls being basically the same
character with a hat.
She's like, I can either be PJ Souls or PJ Souls with the hat. She was hooked on that hat.
Yeah, well, she wore the hat to the audition, and Brian De Palma said, I want you to wear that hat.
Yeah.
So the first day on set, he came up to her and said, you have the hat? She had the hat. She wears it in every scene, basically.
She wears it to damn prom.
Yeah. She's always wearing the hat. I guess he just thought, like, it made her stand out. Because, like, it really is just a bunch of teenage girls.
Yeah.
And, like, they're all pretty. So, like, you need something to make this character stand out a little bit more, because she's got more going on than the other ones do. Like, she actually is involved in the main story.
I was really hoping with her connection to that hat that towards the end of the movie, whenever Carrie unleashes her telekinetic rage upon her,
the hat just, like, deflects it.
No, that she would you know,
like a Magneto helmet.
flip the hat off of her and reveal that she had a big bald spot. And that's why she was so mean, you know?
She's resentful about her bald spot.
Or wait, let's go even deeper.
Uh-huh.
She flings the red hat off of her.
Uh-huh.
Underneath is a yarmulke because she's actually a Jewish man.
Oh no! What?
She's got double shame. Hidden Jew shame and hidden I'm a man shame. Yeah. Like, imagine if the movie was just as it was entirely. Except that happens at the very end. And then everybody would just be so confused about the movie.
That sounds like something that would happen if the people who made Airplane had made a horror movie spoof.
Yeah.
It would have been Carrie, but that happened.
And it would have been called Carrie Movie.
Carrie Movie, yeah.
Carrie Movie.
Carrie Movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So PJ Souls is in this. She's great. I mean, again, she's basically the same character she's in Halloween.
Yeah. Just chatty and fun.
Yeah.
But
and I'll tell you what, too,
kind of sucks.
Dude, you want to talk about a woman who has aged incredibly gracefully. She is an old lady and still just gorgeous.
PJ Souls?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw she was in. I watched the 2001 documentary about this acting Carrie.
I started it.
She still looked basically the same.
I know.
Of course, that was 18 years ago, but I'm sure, you know.
Yeah, she's still doing great for herself.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what. There are some great performances in this, and then, like, the teenagers, I don't think most of the just background teenagers are giving great performances, but I think that they're convincing performances because
I'd say so.
They seem to really, like, get along and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Sissy Spacek and what's her name? Piper Laurie. Sissy Spacek and Piper Laurie. Every scene with them is intense.
Everybody in the movie is good, but they're
great.
Fucking great.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. John Travolta is not very good in this. Oh my gosh, and John Travolta. I'm getting a blowjob and slapping my girlfriend. Got a beer in the car. That's a good John Travolta.
Okay, here's the thing about that blowjob. His girlfriend speaks clearly with his dick in her mouth.
It seems that way. They're having
which is
some
either
dialogue.
a talent she has or just a lack of size that he has.
well, what the story's not telling you.
Yeah.
And what John Travolta doesn't know, she's got a glass eye.
Oh, shit. I'll keep an eye out for you.
That was an ocular penetration scene.
Right.
The old skull fuck.
The old skull fuck. Which
just another twist in this movie,
You didn't expect it, but there it was.
Riddled with subtext. She is also, I guess, everybody in town's punching bag. She gets punched by everybody in this movie.
Yeah, the gym teacher, her boyfriend several times.
Yeah. Just gets slapped around a whole bunch.
She seems to take it well, too, for somebody who...
Yeah.
Like, if somebody slapped me in a day, that'd be like my week.
Like, oh, damn.
That'd be something I'd talk about the rest of the week. Remember maybe that dude just slapped the shit out of me? That was weird.
Maybe when you're just a huge bitch and you get slapped a lot, it's just like, that just happened again, I guess.
Maybe when your idea of a prank on someone is getting them elected homecoming queen and then pouring pig's blood on them. Maybe when that's how you think, getting slapped's not like a big deal.
It probably happens a lot.
Yeah, I bet it does. Justifiably so.
People later, they're just like, you really deserve that.
You do.
You're terrible.
No one ever apologizes to her for a slap because it's like, no, we know you deserved it.
Even the gym teacher, dude. Like, I remember stories.
Yeah.
And I don't know. You know, again, my exposure to public school is really limited, but I remember stories about people like getting full-on like spankings and whippings from teachers and gym teachers, coaches, and stuff like that.
I got paddled by gym teacher.
That is like way not happening anymore, right? Like way not happening.
I mean, probably still does.
Somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. It's even when I was in school, that was one of those things that people were like, oh, well, that doesn't happen anymore, but it happens. For sure.
Yeah.
There are a lot of middle-aged men who just really want to take out their frustrations on a teenager. That's frightening to think of.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chris gets slapped around a lot. John Travolta sucks. Piper Perry, Sissy Spacek are awesome. And Sissy Spacek brings such believability to this movie. She is such a unique and frail looking person. Like, she looks like, in this movie, she looks like the person that would be in the back of the classroom with the greasy hair, with the weird overprotective mom and religious hang-ups and stuff. Like, again, having known that person in multiple iterations, I can say, she looks like that person.
She had done a couple roles before this, but her husband was friends with Brian De Palma, and kind of like encouraged her to go audition, and she didn't feel like she was going to get the part, but they did keep calling her back for these large auditions where they'd have several people going out for the Carrie part. She didn't think she was going to get it, and then finally, like, she got a commercial through an audition, or she had a commercial audition, sorry.
Okay.
And it was either go to that audition or go try to audition as Carrie one more time, and she like just made the decision, I'm gonna get this part. So she put Vaseline in her hair and like didn't take a shower and just like looked all gross and came in wearing this ridiculous dress her mom had made her in like 7th grade.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
So she just came in looking like Carrie, and it got her the role.
Dude.
So like it's a real cool, like, she just sort of embodied the character, and you're right, she looks like the type of person I've known in the past that's been in those uber religious families.
Totally.
No makeup, just like plain clothes,
the long hair and denim skirts.
Long hair and the denim skirts.
Yeah, that, if you know what we mean by the long hair and the denim skirts, you know exactly what we mean by that. But she's so great because not only does she have that weirdness to her, but she also plays so well when she's in those moments where she's finally out of the house and she's at the prom with Tommy, and she seems so happy. Well, just to be being normal.
See, that's the thing, is that's Sissy Spacek, because Sissy Spacek is just like a happy-go-lucky sort of
She
fun
seems
person.
like an awesome person.
She is. I mean, she's Rod's mom in Hot Rod.
Oh yeah, holy shit, she is. Dude, I totally forgot about that. I was just thinking about like Castle Rock and stuff, and how good she was in that.
She's so great.
But
like,
yes, she is Rod's mom in Hot Rod. Oh my god, how did I not think of that?
That's like interesting, is you see her in those moments, and she is really liberated, because she's not, because in the moments with her and Piper Laurie are super intense,
extremely.
And Piper Laurie was really playing like hard with her, trying to be that scary, intimidating, abusive mother type. So
and I like
in the scenes where she's not having to deal with that, she's very happy.
Yeah, she's not around that shit.
Yeah,
I think it's also cool too how their ages aren't all that far apart.
No.
It really kind of gives the impression that Carrie's mom got
very young
at an early age and stuff, because she doesn't seem that much older than her. And dude, the way that she plays it is so intense, just wildly intense as this hyper religious, fervent mom.
Yeah,
that's ultra protective. And
she fought for a lot of that. Like, some of the stuff is she wrote. Like, a lot of the lines are straight out of Stephen King, but like where she's talking about the night she had sex with Carrie's dad.
Oh yeah.
Like, that was her. She sat down and wrote that out and insisted that it because like Brian De Palma thought it was too late in the movie for that much exposition.
Yeah, because it's near the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's like right at the end, but like the way she delivers it, it's just perfect. So he had to include it. Like, there's no way to cut it.
I really like that too. Like, I like that is towards the end of the movie. Like, that's the kind of thing that you typically, I think, traditionally would think of putting somewhere towards the first of the movie.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have much impact.
Yeah,
you'd just be like, oh, okay, so that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
But now that we know everything that's gone on and all the intensity and the entire massacre in the high school, and now we find out, like, just everything gets slowed down for a moment.
Yeah.
We find out, like, okay, this is what happened, and like her mother was trying to live in a relationship without having any sex.
Yeah.
Like, that's how insane she is.
Right.
It's crazy. It's just a crazy moment.
And as I was watching it last night, I've seen the movie before, obviously. But as I was watching it, it's like I kind of got so wrapped up in the whole high school massacre scene that I forgot. It's like, oh yeah, like you think that's the end of the movie, and the school's just going to burn down and implode. But
there's still like 15 minutes. Into that,
and it's her walking home, flipping John Travolta's car, getting home, taking a bath. Then you have crazy mom, and then you have this little bit of exposition. It's like you've been out of the house so long at that point that being back in the house and hearing this crazy speech from the mom and stuff, it's just uber dark, you know?
It really is. And the reason why that's the culmination is because this movie is not about a girl who is misunderstood in high school. That's the B story.
Right.
The A story is this is about a girl who was abused by an overly religious mother.
Right.
And the main theme of that story says something about feminism, or at least the idea of feminism at the time. So her power, Stephen King has said, is supposed to be sort of an allegory to feminism. Okay. That women can wake up and discover their power, wake up and discover, like, we don't have to be oppressed like this anymore.
Yeah.
But if that's true, if that's what he was going for, then in the movie it's about women fighting the patriarchal order by having to fight the other women who've bought into it.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's about having to fight for your rights to be a free woman against other women who just don't want you to have the joy of it.
Right.
They don't want you to have that opportunity to be free.
Because that's very real, and that's very weird.
It is. It is a strange thing.
Like, there are so many women I know. I even think I've fucking heard relatives say that, it's like, oh, I think being president is a man's job.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's like, quit being a fucking idiot. Like, if you're a woman and you don't want yourself represented, you don't want somebody speaking for you in the fucking government, you're an idiot.
Wasn't Ann Coulter who said women shouldn't have the right to vote?
Oh my God, dude. It wouldn't surprise me, man. Fuck her.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Ann Coulter that said that.
What a fucking idiot,
But,
dude.
this is about a different... Because, this is at a time after the second wave feminism where people kind of felt like, women they're getting their rights finally. And it were, because, like, shit was moving fast. Like, the Equal Rights Amendment never got ratified, but, like, a lot of stuff was changing really quick in the late 60s and early 70s.
Yeah.
So it did look like some big liberation was occurring, and that would have been the next, like, thing, the next wall to break through is getting other women to buy in.
Right.
Getting the women who are part of the fundamental Christian right, etc., to buy in and be like, well, look, this is about women's rights, so we need you to help. We need you to not be fighting against this. And so that's an interesting message for this to have.
doubt.
Of course, we've learned since then that obviously we still have miles and miles to go before we can sit back and think women are the problem. Like if the message of this movie is looked at through a modern lens, it's sort of laughable to think like, well, the real thing we need to worry about now is the women who bought into the patriarchy, when the real thing we still need to worry about is the patriarchy.
Right.
That's still the major problem. There's like some stuff in between, but that's the big one.
It's ultimately such a sad story too, because it seems like her whole life, Carrie's mom has been keeping her from this outside world.
Yeah.
Because she knows they're just sinners and heathens and they're all going to laugh at her and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And then by her mom being such a weirdo, it actually does make everybody hate Carrie and do terrible things to her.
Yeah.
So in the end, it's like the mom is kind of right, but it's because of herself. Yeah, it's because of her own doing. It's like Carrie herself didn't really necessarily earn all this. It was just her upbringing.
The thing that the mom is trying to do that parents do a lot is thinking that they can protect their child from being embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like that if you prevent it from happening, that they'll have a better life.
Yeah, but if I never let them go out in public, they'll never get embarrassed or teased or anything like that. Yeah, but then there's that weirdo that never leaves the house. So they get fucking teased.
And they don't actually, what happens when they finally do get teased or embarrassed or whatever is they don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, and they shoot at school or something.
They never had to deal with it as a 4-year-old when they can't misuse their power.
Yeah.
So now, as an adult, they can misuse their power. They can go crazy on people and be very scary.
Yeah.
So like the overprotective nature of trying to like keep her from the harm of being made fun of is what makes her being made fun of a bigger deal. Because we were talking about this earlier, it doesn't seem like most people are laughing at her.
Yeah, that's something that I wondered about. Yeah,
there are a lot of people who are just like, what? Like, why would you do that?
Well, and even whenever you're seeing during the prom thing, whenever she gets the blood spilled on her and everybody's laughing, it's like it shows the gym teacher laughing, and it's like I don't think that
the gym teacher wasn't laughing. That's her vision. Like we get
she's imagining,
her
right?
Vision. Yeah, she's imagining everybody's laughing at her, but in reality, like we saw it. Like PJ Soul starts laughing, and she like hits the guy next to her, and he looks like, disgusted. Oh, yeah, just like that's fuck. Why are you laughing?
Yeah, that's something that I don't think I really got until I watched it this time. Is that that's just her imagination of what all's happening as a very unbalanced person who's out in the world
and
for
has
the first
not
time
dealt with this. She's never had to deal with this. Like, she's had to deal with some of the worst shit.
Yeah,
you know, the way her mom treats her, but like she's not had to deal with just like, hey, embarrassing things happen.
Yeah,
you get past them. It's not a big deal.
Right, and that sucks. That it's just like, you know, kind of essentially what we're saying is like everybody is going to be an asshole.
Yeah.
If you're exposed to it early enough, then you just kind of get to where you brush it off. It would be great if everybody just wasn't assholes to each other. But kids are the meanest fucking things on earth.
Like seriously, that is the thing everybody buys into with Christianity that I think that they need more of, like the Christians. Like, don't be assholes to one another. Like, that's what Jesus was saying.
Yeah.
First and foremost, like,
don't be assholes.
Don't be assholes to each other.
Yeah.
At no point did he say, like, okay, but, like, if this happens, it's fine to be an asshole.
If they're gay, be assholes. So.
Right, yeah.
I don't think he ever said that.
If it's an unwed mother, it's time to be an asshole. Or if it's a woman who needs to abort a baby or she'll die, oh, no, that's the time to be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
No, at no point. At no point be an asshole is what he said.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, like... That's the most overlooked and the biggest problem with fundamental Christian raising your kids is every one of them forgets the real central good message of love, understanding, peace, not being a dick.
The religious stuff in this is
it's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, she's come up with like her own sort of like
spin on
weird misinterpretations about how women are all evil, but also how men are
the first sin was intercourse.
Yeah, the men are just like automatically drawn to the scent of a woman's menstruating vagina. Like
and just dirty pillows.
Yeah,
they're called breasts, mama.
She's so good.
It's fantastic, dude. But dude, all the stuff where she like locks her in the closet.
It's fucking crazy.
Dude, it's like... That kind of stuff reminds me of like Maniac and Don't Go in the House, where it's like, this is really dark and weird. Right. She's got that weird... It's actually not Jesus on the cross. It's Saint Sebastian.
Yeah, because he's got arrows in him and
stuff. It reminded me of the fucking... That Losing My Religion video.
Yes. Yeah.
Did that video make you feel really weird when you were a kid? It made me feel not good.
I remember being confused by it because it was the same people who did Stand, and I don't know if you remember, the Stand video was very happy and fun.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah.
And
then that
also the end of the world
weird.
As we know it video was like happy and fun, but then that came out. It was like, what's going on?
Hell?
Why is he wearing that hat?
And a guy like puts his finger in that like the guy's wound.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Welcome back to Talking REM.
This is kind of turned into a very 90s episode.
What's the frequency, Kenneth?
So Silverchair.
Yeah, Silverchair.
But yeah, like the iconography, is that the word I'm looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Of the Saint Sebastian, and then the way that whenever Carrie kills her mom, it kind of mirrors
it mimics that. It's great. It looks
really
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Also a choice by Piper Laurie to have basically an orgasmic death.
Yeah.
Like it was her idea that
it's weird.
Like she would welcome death. Like that because she thinks she's going to go to heaven for all the great things she's done.
Well, and because
that's how insane she is, that she thinks, like as she's coming at Carrie with the knife at the end, she's just smiling like a...
Oh, it's so creepy.
It's not
so
like,
creepy.
Yeah, it's not like a vengeful smile. It's like a peaceful smile.
Yeah, like I'm finally doing this and setting it right kind of thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And the thing is, too, is to any true fanatic of basically any religion, the best thing that can happen to you is being a martyr.
Yeah.
Especially being a martyr.
Yeah.
You know, dying for your cause is like the most
best
powerful
way
thing
for you to be that martyr would be taking out the entire world, just like Jesus wants.
I don't think
so. No?
I don't remember him saying anything about that.
That's crazy. It's weird. I remember Jesus saying, be sure to kill everybody on your way out. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you before killing everybody.
We need to fact check that one, I think.
Well, that's weird because like so many of those mass shooters really are religious.
They seem pretty stuck on it, don't they? Yeah, it's
weird. I don't know why. Strange. Bible seems silent on it though, so I don't know why those prophets didn't foresee guns.
Let's go ahead and open us up one more RTD right here. This is another one
straight out of New Mexico.
Straight out of La Cumbre. Now this is one that Scott sent us that I have been excited about trying since we opened up that package in the mail here. This is called Spaceman a Tea. And the picture on the front shows a manatee in an astronaut suit.
It's adorable.
Manatee, please. Did you ever hear that really early Jim Gaffigan skit about manatees?
Shut up, sea cow.
Oh, yeah, whatever, sea pig. Man, I'm a sea cow. I have an extra layer of blubber to keep me warm in the water. Yeah, whatever, you fat. You need to get a job.
Yeah, that was on Dr. Katz.
Is that what that was on?
Well, I mean, he did it in his early stand-up, but there was a Dr. Katz where it's like, it's animated with the manatee like on the talk show.
It was on. It wasn't
you need to get a job.
It wasn't on Springer. It was like on some other 90s talk show.
Ricky Leg or something.
Yeah. It was like one of those.
Sally Jesse.
Yeah. God, it's so funny. Manatee, please. So this describes itself as a pomegranate kettle sour ale.
Yeah, I'm excited because I like a sour and I like a pomegranate. So put them together. Hopefully this is delish.
I'm very excited about this. Yeah, we've been kind of getting into the sour game over here at Dead and Lovely, so I'm excited to try this one out. Again, no ABV listed on here.
Yeah.
That
those
mosaic one that we had,
they don't care.
They want you to live in the mystery, dude. That mosaic one we just had.
They're like, just jump in.
Yeah,
don't test the depth. Just dive in.
I would guess that mosaic one was maybe, do you think 6
Yeah, it's around like a 6.5 probably.
So this has...
Oh, it's got some color to it.
Yeah, a little bit more color to it than I thought that it would. Does it smell good?
Yeah, it does. It smells sour. It's got fruity.
It's a little trangy.
It's got some tang to it.
It is nicely clear.
Yeah. Once you get it in there, it's got like a pinkish hue.
Yeah, it does.
Man,
I'm excited to try this out. You go ahead and be our explorer there on the outer realms of taste. Tell me how that makes you feel like. Ooh. Stop the damn match.
It's not biley at all. It doesn't have that like gross taste in the back of your throat.
That has that nice natural sour fruitness.
Yeah, but it still tastes kind of, it's got an ale taste. It tastes like beer.
Yeah.
That's good.
Dude. That is really nice. Yeah, because sometimes you have these and it's just like, it just tastes like weird fermented juice.
Right. Or like somebody made Kool-Aid without sugar. Like,
yeah, like that. That is a good way to describe a lot of these.
Yeah, this tastes like a beer that has a sour forward flavor.
And the pomegranate taste in there is very nice.
Man, I love pomegranate.
I do too, man. Dang, that's good, man. A nice amount of effervescence to it too. It's not too flat, but it's also not like a Coke, burning your sinuses or something like that.
Right.
Dude, that is really good. I wish that I could find me some more like nice sours like this at the common grocery.
Yeah, a lot of those are biley and just not good. They taste too much like puke.
Dude,
but
this is great.
Yeah. This is really exactly what you want.
Yeah. Now, Steve, let me ask you, man. I want to hear about your personal prom experiences. Of course, the prom scene in this is kind of like the big pinnacle of the movie here.
Yeah, it's got a montage, which you don't see a lot in horror movies.
Did you have a tuxedo montage whenever you were choosing your tux for prom?
No, I went by myself.
Yeah.
I was actually I'd been out of high school already. I didn't go while I was in high school.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, I was invited by a senior when I had been out like 2 years because we were friends. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I have the money.
It was a senior. It was your grandmother.
Yep. She was my wife. My grandmother was like,
to prom.
I just always wanted to go. And I was like, all right, I'll take it. I love dressing up. So for me,
you look good in a suit.
Thank you, sir. For me, getting the tux was my favorite part.
Did you get that from Trinkets and Treasures in Morristown?
No, I went to the place here in Jefferson City, or there used to be a place.
Formal Approach.
Formal Approach. Yeah,
it's still there. Yeah.
Is it okay? Yeah, that's where I went, and I got. Boy, I went full weird with it.
Yeah,
I got.
Did you have some tails or something?
No, I got a 5-button jacket.
Is that weird?
That button
I don't know
all
anything.
the way up, basically. I had a bit of an interview with a vampire flair going on.
Ooh, me like you.
Yeah.
Me gusta.
I thought that would be fun. No tie or anything.
No
just
tie.
A little button at the top, a little opal button.
Dude.
Yeah.
I bet you looked so fuckable.
I did.
Barely legal.
I was Mormon at the time, so nobody was getting laid that night.
No fuckable.
Yeah.
I bet you were styling, man. Styling.
It was fun. I saw it because, I'd only been out of high school 2 years, so I knew pretty much everybody there because they were seniors and juniors mostly. I had a fun time. I enjoyed it. I was glad I didn't go when I was in high school because I just didn't think it would be fun.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been. I probably wouldn't have had as much fun. But going a couple years later, it was like, this is a blast. I see why people enjoy this.
Well, that's the thing is because I went to both of my high school proms.
All right.
With Kate, it was never this like, it's a night in the clouds, a night of ultimate romance.
Right.
No, it was like, let's just go with our friends and dance like idiots.
Yeah, that's what we did. It was fun.
And like go bowling afterwards.
Yeah.
So like both proms that we went to, I went to senior prom, and then what's the one before senior?
Junior prom.
Junior? Seriously, I don't know the terms, man. Like, I don't know.
It's so funny.
Yeah. So, I guess junior prom was the first night we went to, and it was a bit more formal. We both had, like, really nice outfits and stuff, and I rented a tuxedo. That one was seriously like the Carrie prom, where it's like, I really kind of had to, like, fight with, like, my mom and stuff to, like, go to prom.
Really?
Seriously. It was not just like, hi, I'm going to the dance with my this girl.
I never would have had to fight with my family. They would have been so excited for me to go. I think that's kind of one of the things. It was just like, I'm rebellious. I'm not going to go to prom. But
that's the thing to me,
dumb.
dude. Is like I seriously would have thought, as conservative as I grew up and stuff, that like my parents would have been like,
very happy.
Cool,
for you.
he's not gay.
Yeah, he's straight. Like a lot of fundamentalist Christian parents are going to be worried constantly.
Well, because look, it's like my whole life up to then, I had done nothing but stay in the house, draw comic book muscle men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like never talk to girls.
Right.
So it's like I would have at least thought from that conservative angle that would have been like, cool, a girl, great, good. You know what I mean?
Like, if you are of that mindset, the fundamentalist Christian type, where you're worried that your son is gay, looking at comics doesn't help, because it's like, that's not what women look like.
No.
So if he's into those women, what the fuck is he going to be into in the future?
So I got to go to that prom, fight my way through it, and it was fun.
Yeah.
And then, like, for senior prom, we had a really good time. I got, like, a suit from, like, Goodwill. I got this cool, like, plaid suit from, like, the 70s. I went with a bunch of friends and had a great time.
That's fun.
And then, actually, I went a third time.
Oh, do what?
In 2003, I guess it was. Kate was living in New York, and a friend of ours that was from the grade before us in school, I knew from forensics and stuff, from our competitive acting and drama league that I dropped into.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, it's prom time. I don't have a date. You want to go? I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go.
Prom's fun, man.
Yeah, so we went and had a good time and stuff there, too. Yeah. So I actually, which is pretty impressive for a guy that never actually went to school, 3 proms.
That is impressive.
It's pretty intense.
Wowzers.
Pretty intense, man.
I would advise, like, if I were talking to my past self, like, it wouldn't be high up on the list of things I would warn my past self about, but I would want to throw in there, like, just go to prom, have a fun time. Just like,
don't do the lovey-dovey romantic thing. Come on.
Right. Like, see, that's the thing in high school, is like, that's so stupid. Prom doesn't matter. And yeah, it doesn't matter. That's why you go and have a fun time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just go have a good time. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Of course, high school Steven would have been like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I would have never listened. What a dickhead.
And wear a condom or just do hand stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Or wear a condom on your hand to do hand stuff. Pretend like it's somebody else's hand.
Oh, pro move. So, during the course of the movie here, I'll tell you, I'd forgotten about some of the visual flair and the fun camera trickery this movie has.
I like the split screen stuff.
Like, especially towards the massacre.
Yeah, when it
goes
splits
full
and
loony.
then, like, switches. Like, they switch sides, and then the lighting gets red, and oh, man, that's so cool.
It's one of those things that, like, it goes to the really crazy vertical split screen, like, right when all the crazy massacre and stuff like that starts. And you're like, what the fuck is going on with the camera? But then all this crazy shit starts happening. And you kind of forget that the camera is doing things that you don't typically see in movies. Typically, you see one image in a movie, not 2 at the same time.
It's got a comic booky feel to it.
Yeah, it feels like 2 panels of a comic. And then it's fun, too, because you can watch it, and you're constantly kind of going back and forth between the different perspectives of what's happening on the left side of the screen versus what's happening on the right side of the screen.
Yeah.
It's like you adapt to it really quickly when things are just going so apeshit towards the end of the movie. And it's really cool.
Because it gives you the opportunity to see Carrie, Sissy Spacek, doing those insane faces.
Yeah, just covered
with just
in
her
blood.
eyes wide open. And,
she looks intense and crazy.
And then the result of her mental powers happening.
Yeah.
On the other screen. And that's I really enjoy it. I think it's great.
A really unusual choice, a very risky choice.
Yeah,
especially,
I don't know that in '76 anything had done that quite. To that degree.
Well, especially when you're talking about the peak of the movie, and you wait till right then to introduce your new wackadoo camera idea.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow, man, that is some ultra high risk from the top rope maneuvers from Brian De Palma right there.
Yeah.
Because I bet he probably had people all over him going, no, don't do that. No. Just single image. Just do a lot of cuts.
Like, that probably helped. It helped probably having a low budget. He probably had less oversight than he would have normally, so he maybe got away with a bit of that. Because, that'd be editing. That's post-production stuff he did. So it's probably right near the deadline. He was like, I'll sneak that in.
Yeah, let's just do this.
Yeah, they'll never be able to stop it. So
right.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of really unusual split focus shots
a number of
the whole
times.
movie.
Like, one of those that really stood out to me as weird looking was when they're doing the detention, like the exercise detention, and they have the teacher in the foreground and the kids in the background, but you can clearly see just this dividing blurry line. Yeah.
And that's just dealing with the fact that, a camera lens, very much like your eye, can't get everything in focus. You can't have something that's right in front of you and something 20 feet away from you in focus at the same time.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that it's odd. It's just one of those strange things about being a human that you get used to and don't notice.
Yeah, shifting your focus.
Yeah. And then when you see an image like that where everything is in focus, it's weird. You're like, that's not what it looks like.
It feels strange.
And they have to like double expose the film or like shoot stuff twice, do all kinds of weird things to make those double exposures happen. It's not something that I love, honestly.
No, it makes you feel like
you're watching a movie.
A film.
Yeah,
it reminds you you're watching a film, which is, as we said, works really well in the prom scene.
Yeah.
But in these like scenes where it's just like, well, this isn't like an integral moment. There's nothing specifically important happening here. Why are you drawing my attention?
Yeah.
To this specific moment to pay attention to both. Like, there's nothing I'm focusing on in both. Mm-hmm. So like, why? I mean, I get if you're doing it just to experiment, but why do that with this movie?
Yeah.
Like, why not just experiment with that in a smaller budget movie?
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, that kind of took me out a little bit.
What do you think about the shower scene that opens up the movie? Because it's honestly, if you really get down to it, it pretty much just should be pedophilic because it's a bunch of high school kids.
Yeah, and the music playing makes it creepy.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, and like if you haven't seen it, the music isn't creepy. The music is like,
yeah,
like
everything is normal.
Women coming to fruition. Here are their boobs.
Yeah, just bushes just out everywhere. Yeah. I don't know about that.
I don't like it a lot. Of course, we get it replicated in the future in Slumber Party Massacre, which now, like, watching it this time, I was like, oh, I get some, because, like, she had to show boobs. We talk about that. Go check our Slumber Party Massacre episode. But she had to show boobs for the Roger Corman produced movie.
Right.
But it almost seems like she was parodying or like doing a satire of this.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, this is what you want, right?
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what Slumber Party was trying to say. Whereas this just does seem more like sexy high school girls.
Yeah, it's real weird. But
that
I mean,
should make you feel kind of weird, I think. I mean, obviously none of the girls on screen are fucking
nobody
16
there is underage,
or something like that. You know, it's not like that. But still, when you get down to it, that is what it's showing.
That's what it's like romanticizing is this locker room time with teenage girls, and that's weird.
Could you even imagine how much it must fucking suck to be a girl and get your period for the first time in some kind of shitty traumatic way, especially when you don't even know?
Yeah, would not know about it at all. Yeah,
I bet that happens.
This is the time when
I bet that happens a lot.
Really need a female guest here too.
Yeah,
yeah, because I don't know how much it happens. I think most women I've talked to about it knew that it was going to happen. But it's still awkward. But
I can't imagine.
To have absolutely no idea. And then what, she's supposed to be like 17 or something, I think they say.
Yeah, because she's like, it's really late for her.
Yeah. But she's real skinny. That can happen, especially underweight. So, but yeah, like it's strange to imagine that. Because like you just assume you start bleeding out of your genitals.
Yeah.
You just be like, what the fuck is happening?
And feeling like shit.
Help me, someone.
Well, and then knowing too, and you know, again, this is one of those things where it's just, I never am not thankful that I was born a dude.
Yeah, no, I'm always very happy
I'm
about
always
it.
very happy about it. Because it's like if you're a chick and this happens, and then you just go, well, I guess this is how it's going to be for the next 40, 50 years.
Well,
that fucking blows.
And one of the issues I take with this movie, and take with a lot of movies directed by men where they show women in groups, is that the women are always dog eat dog. They're turn
real
on
shitty
each
to
other
each other
immediately.
Yeah.
And that's not how women actually are.
Not the ones that I know.
Yeah. Now, I can imagine in that locker room there would have been a number of women who would have been shitty to her.
Yeah.
But there also would have been a few who would have been like, oh, come here.
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah. Like
somebody other than the gym teacher
even
would
in a
have come to
dude's
help.
like in a guy's locker room. If a guy came out of the shower and was like,
yo, my dick's bleeding, bro.
My dick's bleeding. Actually, that would be a situation where everybody would be like, dude, what?
Oh, shit, what? Yeah.
Yeah. I guess because to them, it's not as big.
Could it happen to me?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Could it happen happened.
That's what would happen to those dudes.
That is exactly what would happen. And let's get a look at it, bro.
Who you been banging? Have I been banging them too? Oh shit!
Oh no!
Yeah.
No, but like that. Actually, that's how film always portrayed. Like dudes are like, dudes aren't necessarily like vocally supportive of each other, but in situations they step up and help each other. And in movies where they portray women, usually written by men, the women
they're just
are
real shot.
Yeah, they're really cutthroat, and that's just not how it is. It's not a reality.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it's interesting because in that that documentary, again, Acting Carrie from 2001, they weren't told exactly what she was going to do. And so, like, Brian De Palma wanted it to be a sort of genuine shock. And one of them said that, like, when they were, like, yelling at her and stuff, they kind of got too into character and really did feel like hatred toward her.
Got a little bit of that that pack mentality kind of thing.
So that can't happen. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I don't know, man. That's just not how I see humanity. That's not how I see most situations going. I would think a number of people would step up and be like, no, it's fine. You're not dying.
And that's the thing that sucks is, like, really the only person that Carrie has in her quarter is the gym teacher.
Yeah, and then what's her name? Sue?
I think that it might be Sue.
Yeah, she feels bad. She feels bad about it, and so she hatches a very strange plan to have her boyfriend take Carrie to prom.
Right.
Which is both nice and weird. Like,
and
it's nice, like, if the idea was just like, if Tommy said to Carrie, like, I want to take you to prom because I want you to experience it, and didn't, like, if he were more clear about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like Tommy is saying to her, like, yeah, I'm into you now.
Yeah. He
that's weird.
He even, like, kisses her and stuff later, and it's like, dude, you have a girlfriend. Like, that's
I understand
cool.
that this will make her feel better for the night, but then tomorrow she's going to feel like shit when she finds out that it wasn't real.
Well, and somebody that's sheltered is just going to be confused as fuck about, like, oh, wait, I thought you really liked me or whatever. Yeah.
Just make it clear. I mean, I guarantee she still would have wanted to go to the prom.
I think it's interesting, though, the way that they play Tommy in this, because Tommy seems like...
He's an okay dude.
Yeah, he seems fine. It's like he takes her to the dance. They have a really good time. He seems to be out to, like, make her have a really good night with no ulterior motive or, like, he try to take advantage of her or anything like that.
I was going to say he defends her, but he semi-defends her even earlier when she says his poem is beautiful and the teacher's being like a dick about it.
Yeah.
Like, he sort of steps up for her there, too. So, like, he's shown being a decent guy even before all that. So
I kind of expected there to be a turn where it's just like he tries to do something really inappropriate, like feel her up or something like that. And it's just like, no, he just seems like a pretty all right guy.
Yeah, just a nice guy. I think maybe in the 2002 version, he's a little more apprehensive about actually doing it. But in this version, he seems gung-ho about it. Just like, I don't see what the problem is. Like, do we want to do this?
Yeah.
No big deal.
He's like, well, you know what? It beats being back on Dagobah. It beats working with moisture
desert
evaporators. Aunt Beru. Is that right? Is that the right name? I think I said it right. Uncle Owen.
I remember Uncle Owen. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It beats drinking that blue milk.
Oh man, he loves that blue milk.
He's a fan.
He loves that titty milk.
Stuck with him his whole life. That titty milk.
He likes it green too.
Yeah. Likes it green. What do you think about the ending of this? Because this is one of those things where this has that stinger jump scare kind of ending.
I think this created that.
I was gonna say, like, surely this must have started it.
But this one makes sense. Whereas future ones, a lot of the ones in the 80s horror movies are just like, why would this suddenly happen?
Is it in shit? Is it Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th.
Is it
where she's out in the boat?
Where the mom jumps out of the water?
Oh, right.
Or is that
3?
5?
That's 3, yes, because that one's terrible shit.
And it's like Pam Voorhees jumps out of the lake?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Why?
Yeah.
People love 3. People love 3. It's not as good as you think, man.
It is not. But yeah, this makes sense because it's one, it's in a dream, and we know it's in a dream. But 2, it's also plausible that Carrie could still have some effect in the world despite the fact that she's dead.
Yeah.
Because she can use her mental powers. Maybe that continues on.
Yeah, you're never really sure the extent of her powers.
You know that was actually Sissy Spacek's hand coming up out of the grave.
I heard that. And like De Palma was like, I won't bury you under these rocks.
Yeah,
like,
so he made her husband do it.
Come to the set and bury your wife.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up.
She said it hurt a lot too because they had like charcoal and stuff.
Yeah,
you see when she walks over, it's like coals.
Like lava rocks.
Yeah. So it kind of cut up her hand and shit.
Yeah.
And they also shot it in reverse, so
no way.
It looks weird, yeah.
Is that why it looks the way it does? Because it does seem like kind of weird and surreal.
Yep.
And like almost like oddly soft when she grabs her arm. She was
grabbing her arm and then let go and pulled it down, yeah.
I'm going to have to rewatch that again because I bet the way the rocks move is probably very revealing. Yeah. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
How cool.
Just like Salem's Lot, they shot that window scene in reverse.
Yeah.
I wonder if Stephen King's got some sort of like mental power where he's like, shoot a scene in reverse.
He's got a reverse.
That's why he doesn't
fetish.
like The Shining.
Dude, I've got, I saw this thing that somebody posted on Facebook last night that was killing me. I was dying laughing. It said, firefighters in reverse are really horrible people. Because it was this burning building and these firefighters are like leading children up the ladder and just like putting them in the burning building. I saw that last night and I was like, oh my god, that's so fucking good.
Oh my god.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's funny.
Now, speaking of bad, you in preparation for this episode, you said that you watched
I watched
sequels, remakes. Yeah, I
read up on the Broadway musical.
So
the off-Broadway
musical.
And the LA musical from 2015.
It's not just a show. There's songs.
It might just be a Broadway show. Actually,
okay.
Yeah, it's just a Broadway show.
Oh, okay. I'm just really imagining a rousing chorus of plug it up, plug it up. Go on, Carrie, what you better plug it up. We're all going to laugh at you. Yeah. Laugh, 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 laugh.
I only read a little bit about them because there's not a ton of information about them. That would be interesting if they are a musical.
The musical, I would be on board.
I'd be on board for that.
Yeah, be okay with that.
But yeah, I went and I watched The Rage, Carrie 2.
Tell me about The Rage, 90s. Carrie 2, because I don't know nothing about it. Is it about Carrie White?
No, it is about her half sister, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes no sense. The setup of it makes no sense. She's all that with Carrie powers. Like, it's exactly She's All That with Carrie powers. It's ridiculous. Like, some guys are they're playing a game where you get points by having sex with particular girls or whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's also the Tommy character who's like, I don't care about all that.
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah. It's super 90s, and there's not really anything redeeming about it, and it kind of loses all the point of the first one.
That sounds quite silly.
Yeah.
Is she named Carrie?
No, Rachel. Her name is Rachel.
So why is it called Carrie 2? What? Come on. Know. Why didn't they just call it Rachel?
Rachel. Because then people will be like, this is a ripoff of Carrie, and they're like, no, it's a ripoff of Carrie, and we know it.
What? That's fucking stupid. That sounds terrible. I've never seen that.
I watched the 2002 version with Angela Bettis as Carrie. Now, Angela Bettis is great.
I want to say that I started this one time and didn't finish it.
Yeah, it's written by Brian Fuller. The writing in it is good.
Okay.
The acting in it, I think, is good. It's got Angela Bettis, who's great. It's got Catherine Isabel, who's great. It's got a number of people you'll recognize.
Okay.
It uses a lot of real bad CG.
That's what I remember.
And every single shot is composed to make you feel like you're going to be crushed to death in a trash compactor.
Sick.
It's like they fit so many people into these super tight shots. It makes no sense why they didn't just like pull the camera out a little bit. I don't know what was going on.
Do you think it's the kind of thing where like sets were so minimal and cheap
maybe
that it was just
maybe they just didn't have enough room to show anything. Yeah.
Wow.
But
that's dumb.
It's not great. I don't highly recommend it because it's not easy to find.
Yeah.
But if you do like Carrie, it does add in stuff from the book that they weren't able to do in the original because of budgetary constraints.
But it's stuff that they shouldn't have done because it's got early 2000s CGI.
Right. If it had better CG, the meteor showers would look cool and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it looks terrible.
Pre-shot. Got it.
And then there's the 2013 Carrie with Chloe Moretz.
Now that one I have watched.
Okay, it is directed by the director of Boys Don't Cry.
Okay.
Kimberly Pierce, who is a woman. So you would think a woman coming to the story, particularly about women's issues, would bring something new and interesting to it.
It's not better.
It's not better.
It's not better.
Not new, not interesting.
No.
Just a boring reproduction of the first one.
Yeah.
Except instead of Sissy Spacek's unique, I look like I might be in this type of situation, you get Chloe Moretz's, I look like a young Michelle Pfeiffer, and no matter how great I act in this role, it's not believable.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm gorgeous.
Right.
Nobody, like, there's no way everybody would hate me because somebody would be like, man, she's really pretty. I want to hang out with her.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
It just makes no sense. Like, they undercut it all. And then the thing is, too, it almost seems like they...
Damn her for being pretty. Damn her to hell.
Well, dude, that's the thing I feel terrible about is that Chloe Moretz is fucking awesome.
Oh, and she's a great actress.
Great in the role.
Yeah,
she does a great job. It's her and Julianne Moore, and they do a great job, but it's just like...
Oh, yeah, it is Julianne Moore. That's
I
right.
don't buy it because everybody they cast around her is not as pretty as her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, okay... So what is I don't get, like, that's not how this happens.
Right.
You don't get to be the pretty girl and the outcast. Like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, I remember watching it and just being like, this just doesn't need to exist.
It doesn't. It doesn't add anything. If it had added something, if it had changed something or made it doesn't.
It's all the same but less believable.
Yeah. The 2002 Carrie changes one thing. Carrie survives, and that was because Brian Fuller wanted to create a Carrie series.
Oh, wow,
He
really?
didn't get to do that, but he did eventually get to create a Hannibal series, so...
Oh.
Yeah.
He's a series kind of man.
Yeah, Brian Fuller. He did Pushing Daisies. He did 6 Feet Under. Not 6 Feet Under, but Dead Like Me. He does some good shows.
Oh, okay. So he's pretty experienced.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, I just don't think there's any beating the OG. I don't think any of these other things have really improved upon the original formula. It's a good flick. Like I've said before, there's a lot of like horror flicks from this era that I just don't really like. That 70s aesthetic and stuff like that is usually honestly kind of a turnoff for me. I feel like an idiot about that because I know there's a lot of good stuff that came out in that time period. But
sure, yeah.
Typically, I don't go into 70s horror being like, I'm gonna love this.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna learn that movie that everybody keeps talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's more like it. But this is actually a very watchable, very well paced movie. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's only an hour 36.
Hour 36, yeah. And like, you know, the prom scene is about 15 minutes before it gets to the big blood and then destruction.
Yeah. And
then after that, there's like 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
Like, you get a true, like, a peak, and then the valley of her mom stabbing her in the back, and then it's over. Like, it's like, it does not overstay its welcome.
I honestly like that we have probably about 20 or 30 minutes of the movie there before shit breaks loose, where it's just like, oh, okay, she's having a good time.
Yeah.
The guys are having a good time, even in their, you know, dumb tux montage. It's like, there's kind of moments of just like, cool, things are going well here.
When that one guy put on the tux shirt, it was like, I mean, that's exactly what that guy would wear.
Yeah.
That's what he'd wear.
That's his move.
Yeah.
But it's like, it makes it even more heartbreaking whenever shit does just completely go south.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, okay, it's like fun kids. Like, they're just kids having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes it, I think, better whenever everything does break loose. And then once stuff does just start going haywire and she's using her powers and killing everybody and all that stuff, I think it's even more gruesome because it was just like she was actually feeling kind of embraced by these people that her mom had warned her about.
Well, and then that's what she also gets from her mom at the end, is her mom embraces her and it turns against her. Like, every time she starts to feel comfortable, it turns against her.
Right.
It's just fucking terribly fated life.
Yeah, definitely. And just very well played. I enjoy this movie, man. I really do. It's one of those that I will gladly watch many times over. I would be interested to hear more about female perspectives on this. I'd like to know more about that. So hopefully you guys will chime in on the Facebook page and stuff like that. And let us know what you guys think about the portrayal of women in this
Tell
movie.
us all about your periods.
I mean, if you want.
No, you have to be our friends.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, we're getting creepy now.
We make the rules. We're the men. But it's cool, man. Soundtrack is pretty unobtrusive and good. Some cool camera work and stuff in here. Great stuff.
I actually had an issue with the soundtrack.
Did you?
The music that is playing most of the time is just too goofy for everything else that's going on.
It is just dead fucking 70s.
Yeah, it's very like
70s as fuck.
You'd expect to hear it in a 70s porn.
Okay, yeah.
Like if this were the porn version of Carrie, whatever that would be.
Yeah. Harry.
It's same. Yeah, Harry. That's it. Same exact soundtrack would work.
70s, lot of Bush. Harry.
Harry. Oh, man. Can you imagine that prom scene? She unleashes the hair. Starts tangling up people and killing them.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's all right. I might watch that.
That's for somebody, I guess. You know? But yeah, I like this movie a lot, man. I think if I'm going to start rating this thing up, I'm going to say it's a solid... I'm going to rock it a 7.5.
Boom!
7.5. It's like, it's not on my list of like my top 10 favorites ever.
No, it's not.
But it's one of those that I'll never really turn down and watch.
It is a classic.
Yeah, it is. It's a classic and very, very influential.
Yeah.
And also cool, too, to see, even now... in this time period, it's like there's not really a lot of super female-centric movies,
right? Yeah,
in horror or otherwise. So it's cool to see that this took place that long ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, more power to it. It's good. 7.5.
Man, I want to say exactly what you said because that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But you know what? Spirit of 76, baby.
Woo.
7.6.
7.6.
Yeah.
Just a little more. A little bit more.
I also remembered that. Dazed and Confused happens in 1976.
Oh, wow.
So basically, Dazed and Confused and Carrie might be in the same universe is my point.
Oh, one more thing. John Travolta's accent in contrast to everybody else's accent in this movie. Where does this movie take place? I think this is a rare Stephen King not in New England movie.
It seems like it takes place in, I don't know, Texas or something.
Yeah,
it
seems... Yeah. The way she says mama. And the way the mom talks and stuff and some of the other people.
But the mom does say we're going to have to move, like, whenever she's talking about the prom. I feel like maybe they've moved around a lot.
Okay.
So maybe they're from the South, but because other people are putting on some sort of accent, but it's not consistent.
No, especially Travolta.
Yeah, Travolta's is like, no idea what he's doing.
He just sounds like John Travolta.
He just sounds like, just got that Scientology twang to his voice.
He's got that sound about him.
Yeah,
really,
sounds
really
a bit Xeno-ish.
All right, Steve, so what are we going to be digging into on next week's episode of Drad and Brangley?
Well, Ben, not gonna do it. I don't know why I went George H.W.
Oh,
here,
you don't say.
But we're doing episode 100.
Oh, my God. We've already made it to 100 episodes. Triple digits, and they said we'd never make it.
Looks like we made it. Look how far we go now, baby.
Is that Shania?
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
We're covering Suspiria 2018.
Suspiria.
Of
course, we did a mini-sode on that whenever it came out in theaters.
Yep. Luca Guadagnino's Suspiria 2018. Now, why would we be covering a movie directed by an Italian man in Women's Month?
What?
Well, it's a movie that is almost entirely populated by women.
It was either that or Spice World, guys.
Yeah.
So
we really wanted to spice up our life with Suspiria.
Yeah, pretty much.
People of the world, Suspiria!
Spice up your life. I miss them.
Me too. What are they up to these days? Posh, she's, married to that guy. And Scary, she's, being the spice you use in every dish.
What do you think is the scariest spice?
Cloves.
You might be right.
The goths love them.
They have kind of a spooky kind of flavor to them, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Scary spice. I think sometimes nutmeg can be kind of spooky.
Whoa, nutmeg goes in pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie's around Halloween.
Yeah, it's a little spooky.
Maybe it's just it's pumpkin pie spice is the scary spice.
That's the scary one.
Yeah, and that's what she was. What's the babiest spice? Is what I want to know.
What is the babiest spice of all? That's a good question. It would have to be something, I think, very light.
Yeah.
Parsley is pretty mild.
Yeah. She's a parsley, that baby spice.
Parsley might be the baby spice. Especially if it's dry. It's just like, here, let's add colored sawdust to my food.
Do you want to put some green on there?
It's not doing shit. It
tastes like green.
Like, when have you ever had dried parsley to anything that's made a fucking difference?
Never.
It doesn't.
In this town.
A lot of dry spices are bullshit, and that's a fact.
And we're going to leave you with that fact until next week.
You guys be sure to follow us on the Instagriddles and Twister.
At DeadLovelyPod. You can email us at deadandlovelypod@gmail.com. And we have a Facebook group, Dead and Lovely Horror something, blah, blah, blah.
You'll find us. Just try.
Yep.
Just a little effort.
Also, Dick Sword.
Yeah.
Ask us for the link if you want it.
Yeah. You guys be sure to rate and review on iTunes. Seriously. Hey, rate and review on iTunes.
Seriously.
Hey, I'm not joking.
You're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
I'm being serious. You need to rate and review on iTunes. It helps us out a lot. And you guys be sure to check out the YouTube channel tomorrow for our list of the top 3 movies that are streaming right now on Netflix in the horror genre that y'all should be watching.
Go check those out.
That video will be out. You guys be sure to let us know what movies you guys are watching on the Netflix that you like. Thanks so much for tuning in and for sending us fantastic beers. This is a great beer haul we had today.
For real.
Thank you guys so much for sending us some goodies to imbibe, some delicious RTDs for us to enjoy on the show. And you guys tune in next week for another episode of Drad and Langley.
That's us. I'm Drad.
I'm Langley.
And we're solving crimes together. Boom, 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 boom.
No, they're all gonna laugh at you. No, they're all gonna laugh at you.
Don't solve crimes together. They're all gonna laugh at you.